The National Basketball Association and the Philadelphia 76ers are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violation to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member.
To be here for our content. Bring the kids and get a free liquid bathroom.
And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And our reporter tonight on the sideline is Allie LaForce. Here's a look at some of the stats for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Valentine out there with Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Bridges. And it's Kolek in at the point guard. And for Philadelphia, Oubre out there with McDaniels. And there's Embiid. And it's Kobe White. And it's Edgecombe in at the two-guard spot. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone. Greg, it is a huge day on the NBA calendar.
Well, getting a Christmas game is special. They're normally reserved for the best teams. And the guys on the floor tonight have earned their chance to be on the big stage.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Puts it up. It's rebounded by New York. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
Here's White. He's definitely not pleased how he played against the Clippers. To the inside, Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Oh, what a dunk by Embiid. He's just doing big man things the way big man should.
And here's Valentine for three. Connects from three-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And he makes good on the layup. Valentine's got 7 points in the game. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Now White, his numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Pass to Edgecombe. Pulls from the top of the key. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Oh, good with the triple. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. He talked about the matchup issues that Karl-Anthony Towns creates for defenses. Coach said the combination of size and skill make Cat a tough cover. If you put a center on him, he can beat them with his quickness or his perimeter game. And if you put a wing on him, he can overpower them in the post. Back to you, Kevin.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Outside, White. For three, Oubre. Another miss by Philadelphia. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
3 points.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, it looked like they were settling out there, not moving the ball enough to generate the type of shots that they wanted.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
So for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson comes in for Valentine. The 76ers trail by 10. They've got Embiid. Quentin Grimes out there with Russell. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jacobson in at the four-man position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
Sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
New York's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Wasted no time on that one. And that's 13 points for Rain Man.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Pass to Embiid. Robust move inside by Joel Embiid.
A list of guys as strong as Joel Embiid in this league is very short.
The Knicks leading by 9. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds and move like he did, not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
Now the 76ers on the break, and that one drops. George has got his first points of the night.
Such a well-rounded player. George is equally dangerous in the half court and in transition.
Took him no time at all on that one. 16 points for Rain Man.
Their third three-pointer.
My goodness, Joel Embiid. Spectacular.
Woo, throw it down, big man. You gotta love seeing Embiid rise up and just throw it down.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. George passes to Russell. Here's Grimes. Launches it. Hits the three-point bomb. Grimes has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Valentine. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. To the paint. Here's Jacobson. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the 76ers with some changes. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Paul George. Edgecombe comes in for Russell. And it's Kobe White in for Quentin Grimes. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, Rain Man in their last game against the Pelicans got the job done. He finished with 51 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. His numbers from that game jump off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Excellent report, Allie. Thank you. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And now, joining us on the line, Shams Charania with a recent development. Shams, what's the latest?
Thanks so much. Well, it's the Atlanta Hawks in the transaction news today. They scored an elite 3-and-D wing in Aaron Nesmith. He adds a major perimeter threat on the offensive end. And on defense, his effort and movement can be priceless. We've seen how valuable he can be to a team. They're hoping he'll have the same impact for them.
Thank you so much, Shams. We sure appreciate the update. That's to McDaniels. Now here's Embiid, covered by Wiggins. Oh, Embiid, too tough inside.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Then for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson comes in for Karl-Anthony Towns. And Anunoby subbed in for Aaron Wiggins.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Lively. Looking for McDaniels. He gets it there. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here's Valentine for three. Good on the three-point shot. Valentine's got 27 points.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
McDaniels kicks to White. Robinson pulls it in.
Uncharacteristic, but that's a bucket he'll convert 90% of the time.
The three from Valentine. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
There's 21 seconds left here in the second. Lively is screen on Bridges to the middle. Oubre outside. They get it back. A three ball. A shot by McDaniels. No good. Now here's Valentine. That will count. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the New York Knicks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've done a lot of great work from long range. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan.
Hey folks, welcome to the Halftime Show. A lead right now in this one for the New York Knicks.
You have certain players that live and die by the three. Right now, they are L-I-V-I-N, living. Can it continue this way? I don't know.
Yeah, normally you preach a balanced attack. Maybe these guys don't need it. Let's turn our attention to the three-point shootout and highlight some of the top candidates.
The three-point contest only grows in popularity. Hard to pick the favorite here. All these guys.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And we welcome you back to NBA action, a great tradition, Christmas Day basketball, here on 2K Sports. It's been a clinic out there by Rain Man.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Second half underway, and here's who Mike Brown's got on the floor. Towns is out there with Valentine. Then it's Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Kolek in at the point. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you, guys. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. Back to you, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, he can knock them down. Thanks a lot, Allie. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And the rejection by Valentine. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. Shoots.
Not an ideal start to the second half for them. 0 for 3.
And it's White missing. Here's the three. Connects again from distance. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three. Point shot.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Here they come. Nice round of applause for your 76ers team.
Let's have a look at the league's top scorers for the past month. To say these guys have been hot is an understatement. You look at Valentine, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. McDaniels kicks to White. And a miss there on the triple.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Valentine's got 42 in the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes. Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
And another 3 for New York.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
McDaniels outside. Latrey bangs home the trifecta. McDaniels got 6 here in this quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Oubre with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. McDaniels outside. Pass to Embiid. Oubre outside. Just 4 to shoot. No one near Edgecombe as he lets it fly. Misses the 3. Here's New York. They're on a 15-6 run. Got that bucket in no time at all. 48 points for Rain Man.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it. Well, after an uneven first half, he's managed to right the ship and get things going.
Fires for 3. Yet another bucket. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And a new group in for the Knicks. Outside, George. The teardrop falls in. George has got his second basket of the night.
Great touch by George. This man has mastered every shot.
The 3 from Valentine. And again, it's a New York 3.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
7-second difference, shot in game clock. Pass to George. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The 3 from Valentine. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Knicks out. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this on.
Well, he's checked in for the 76ers. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle them up right away. They've got Edgecombe. Joel Embiid out there with Derek Lively. Then there's Quentin Grimes. And it's George in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Shakes him. Wiggins with some nice D. The Knicks leading by 20. Valentine wide open. He fires. A three-pointer is right on target. Valentine's got 57 points. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. It's Grimes on the wing. The 76ers with another miss. For New York, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
And you have to account for Towns on the backboards. He is too big to miss.
Inside, here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
For New York, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And here's Valentine for 3. 76ers are going 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Count it.
Once Embiid has the ball in that spot, it's lights out.
New York leading by 21. From outside the arc. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. And some changes here for the 76ers. Daniels, he's checked in for Derek Lively. Kelly Oubre comes in for George. And it's Kobe White in for Quentin Grimes. White the pass to Embiid. McDaniels outside. Pass to White. Plays it up and banks it in. White's got his first bucket of the night.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Agreed. He's just too dominant inside. So you're better off stopping him from getting the ball in the first place.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Knicks.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Rain Man.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
Now Lively launches it. It's off target. The Knicks shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Can't get it to go. Philadelphia with the ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. Valentine with it. Fires the 3. Another bucket. Wow.
3 points.
60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Outside Embiid. Now George. And down goes the 3.
You gotta love how George always keeps his options open, willing to make the right pass.
Good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Back door. Get through.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And, Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. We'll see you later on.
entering the court or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations of these rules to the nearest doctor, security, or arena staff member. And don't forget about our bobblehead. Top of the game, bringing you your lead with a free drink for free at bobblehead. Now, don't forget to watch the game to count today. We've got a way to help you. It's to be what is the thrill that is the Blazers victory. At our next Trailblazers game, special snack bags will be handed out to the first 10,000 fans. Come early, get a special treat at our next game with a snack bag.
Coming up next, the Trailblazers taking on the Knicks. Two elite centers from tip-off to the final buzzer, Grant. We should have a battle on our hands tonight.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. And, you know, in games like this, it's important to give space for your big guys to compete. The last thing you want is to overcrowd the paint and end up taking an elbow.
And now the opening lineup for New York. They've got Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby out there with Mikal Bridges, and it's Kolek in at the point.
There you go. Bridges playing the role of facilitator. Boy, I like that.
Bridges against Sharp. To the paint. Here's Klingon. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it all.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Here's Valentine. And the Knicks, another three.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Avdia against Anunoby. Shoots from 12. Avdia, good.
Boy, he is fundamentally sound. Tough cover.
New York has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
3 out of 3. Perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
Outside Holiday. Portland moving it around. Pass to Kamara. Fires for 3. The rebound by Bridges. The Knicks have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. No one covering. Valentine's got 11 points.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Now here's Holiday. Outside Sharp. 6 to shoot from downtown. Karl-Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Well, you look at how the Knicks built this team, Clark. Some astute all-in trades.
Yeah, you know, New York spent years, B.A., building their draft assets. They cashed them in on some all-star level guys, and we're seeing the fruit of that kind of work.
Here's Sharp after New York picked up the 3 with their last shot. Portland needs to get off a shot here. Knocks it down from distance.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And let's take a moment to hear from Shams Charania, who's got some intel from Hawks Nation. Shams, what's the story in Atlanta?
Thank you, B.A. They scored an elite 3-and-D wing in Aaron Nesmith. He adds a major perimeter threat on the offensive end. And on defense, his effort and movement can be priceless. We've seen how valuable he can be to a team. They're hoping he'll have the same impact for them.
Always something going on, and we appreciate the update, Shams. Thanks.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
A line change here for Portland. A big group substitution here for New York. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Williams against Grant. Uses the glass on the layup.
The superb work ethic of Grant. My, what a nice, soft touch inside.
Here's Valentine. And again, New York with the triple.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Now here's Miller. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Beasley for 3. Drops in the 3.
How about Beasley coming right back with a 3 ball of his own?
Knicks leading by 9. There's the triple. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Miller finds Grant. Beasley outside. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by New York. This is the first time they've seen Portland this season.
Last year, they battled to a stalemate, winning 1 game apiece.
And, you know, when you only see a team twice a year, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are or a good feel for them. Oftentimes, that can lead to a series split.
Collier. And no good. His first shot of the night missing. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. New York out in front. They lead by 12. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for New York?
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
So on the floor for the Knicks, we've got Tyre Williams. And it's Valentine in at the 4 slot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Rain Man in their last game against the 76ers played some superb basketball. He had 63 points, and once again, he was lights out from distance. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And New York has possession. Portland making their last shot. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Pass to Copeland. Now Sharp. Williams defending. 6 on the shot clock. And he throws it down with one hand.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Portland making a switch here. Avdia's checked in. So it's Portland now after New York picked up the 3 with their last shot. There's a screen, and here's Grant from the arc. Williams grabs the board. Knicks leading by 14. Here's Valentine. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Now here's Sharp. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game.
He's hard to stop when given any room to operate at all.
New York has gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 15-point game. On the wing, Grant. And Grant, when it comes to a franchise player, how much does it help to have a guy who unites the locker room?
Well, you know, B.A., when you think of guys like LeBron James or a Stephen Curry or Tim Duncan, it's not just about their play on the court, but the type of person you see in the locker room. That can rally a franchise.
Now here's Avdia. 8 points in his last time out. The shake. Jams it in off a great move.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Shots good by Valentine.
He's been terrific offensively. You can bet they'll feed him down the stretch. That's for sure.
Avdia passes to Sharp. The three. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Good! Another from 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. So for the Blazers, Klingin, he's checked in for Miller. Kamara comes in for Grant, and Drew Holiday is subbed in for Sharp. Here's Copeland. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game, and he comes up with a bucket. Copeland's got 4 points this quarter.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Valentine can't get it to go. Pass to Holiday. Back to Kamara. Takes a 3. And it's New York with a rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. Launches a 3. They get it again. Bridges. Nice D from Avdia. Blazers trail by 11. Outside Holiday. Pass to Copeland. Inside. Stolen by Bridges. Here's Valentine. New York again can't hit. Portland has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. And here's Holiday. Misses the 3. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Valentine's got 45 points.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And so it's New York, up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And the 3 ball has been huge in building this lead. We'll be right back.
And with some impressive names on here. Shaq, any interest in lacing up your sneaks and finally competing in one of these?
Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Portland Trail Blazers.
That defense has been
Thanks as always.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Knicks leading by 14. Inside, we'll see Kamara and Klingin. Sharp at the 2 with Avdia playing the 3. And it's Holiday in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. And the Trailblazers shooting at a very efficient 67%. It's Sharp on the wing. Back to Kamara. Avdia outside. Shot clock at 6. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Valentine. Non-stop scoring machine right here. Sharp against Towns. To the inside. Avdia outside. 4-3. Gets the 3 to fall. Avdia's got 5 points.
He was licking his chops there. Got a good look.
Here's Valentine. Kamara covering. This one for 3. Valentine can't get it to go. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 14. Pass to Sharp. Klingin with a screen. Lets the 3 fly. Second chance effort. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Hallie.
Thank you, guys. Denny Avdia, the son of a 6'8 Serbian sharpshooter who played for the Yugoslavian national team, then moved to Israel and met Denny's mom. Denny said he had the same mentality, fire in the eyes. Every night, playing to win. That's how I've always been. That passion is a part of my culture. Brian?
Thanks a lot, Allie.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Pass to Holiday. Kamara down low. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. He's got 7.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Here's Valentine. And again.
Another 50-point game for this man. He's having a historic year.
And he's close to the 4th most 50-point games in a single season. Back to Holiday. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
There you see how tough Holiday is. He simply pressed and forced the issue there and got the defense to overcommit.
Williams is checked in for New York. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Good! That's another bucket! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Pass to Copeland. Portland moving it around. They set the screen. Avdia from outside. Valentine with the rebound. Knicks leading by 13. Three-pointer. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns. And how about we check the numbers for Donovan Clingan. And the Blazers making a change here. Grant's checked in. 1:50 left in the third quarter. For 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. For New York, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Shots good by Valentine.
And he's carried them this quarter. A dominant offensive stretch.
Blazers trail by 16. Outside Sharp. Pass to Copeland. Here's Avdia down low. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there.
Knicks leading by 21. On the court right now for the Knicks. We've got Aaron Wiggins, Zaire Williams out there with Mitchell Robinson, and it's Valentine in at the 4 spot.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
To the middle. Here's Grant. Oh, Grant throws it down.
You know what? When you allow Grant to get close to the rim, you risk seeing him give you a facial right in your grill.
And got it! Another basket! That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's Sissoko. Outside Sharp. There's the screen. Beyond the arc. And it's New York with a rebound. Valentine's got his 5th rebound in this one. Jacks up a 3. And again for 3. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in. Feeling confident in his 3-point shot tonight.
Shoots from the baseline. No good. A bit long that time. New York has gone 3 for 3 from downtown in this 4th quarter. And again, New York with the triple.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. On the wing, Grant, hounded by Wiggins. Pass to Sissoko. Clock at 6. Outside Sharp. Again, the miss by Portland. For New York, they've got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Again! What an avalanche! 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have. Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And it's New York with a rebound.
No matter how good you are, it's tough with the defender draped all over you.
Yet another bucket.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. They set the pick. Launches it. It's hauled in by Robinson. For New York, they've gotten all 7 of their shots to go. Impressive here in the fourth. Ooh, took them no time at all to get that one.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3 happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
Sissoko passes to Sharp. Here's Copeland. Back to Sharp. Here's Sissoko. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Knicks.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
That'll do it for this one. They've earned their 27th victory of the year tonight.
And a great start to this season series for them, winning the first of the 2 games they'll play against Portland.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Rainman.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Here's Valentine. 3-pointer, no good. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Collier. Pulls it in from the elbow. Valentine with the rebound. Here's New York. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Knocks down the long J.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
team getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. In this game, you'll see the Sacramento Kings against the New York Knicks here in New York. This is Dan Van. Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline. I'm now upon a really intriguing part of the season, Greg. It seems we've seen enough to give these teams some kind of identity.
I tell you, if teams are still searching for an identity, it's fair to say things probably aren't going well.
Now Sacramento starting 5. Carter out there with Green. Then it's Sabonis. Then it's Santi Aldama. The edge Clifford at the 3. The small forward. And here's Valentine for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now here is Carter. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. There's Green with the 3. It's rebounded by Anunoby. And now Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. I heard Coach go over the dribble handoffs that Sabonis is so creative with. He reminded his players that the jumper isn't the first option. Usually he looks to pass for 3 to 4 seconds, reminding his players to stay wide, anticipate high passes, watch for the cutters, and then contest. Sabonis can be a real headache out there. Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Valentine shot good. Valentine's got 5 now.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Sabonis. Bank shot, no good.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
And that will fall. The 3-pointer on the line from Valentine. 8 points for him.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Aldama. He's covered by Valentine. Shot clock at 6. Here's Clifford. He's guarded by Anunoby. New York has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Pass to Aldama. to end the run. Again, the miss by the King.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And as we're reaching the end of the calendar year, here's a great chance to delve into the updated power rankings. You look at the Spurs. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know what, the Knicks, they are the team we expected to be here. Taking the top spot come playoff time, this is the team to beat.
Green makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And, Greg, you watch Jalen Green. So much upside potential.
Yeah, he can be streaky, but one of the most combustible scorers in the league. When he's on, he can take over single-handedly.
The shot by Valentine, no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
So for the Knicks, Dottier's checked in, and Mikal Bridges subbed in for OG Anunoby. Carl, he's checked in for Sacramento. Davion Mitchell comes in for Carter.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Sabonis, the pass to Aldama. Back to Sabonis. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
Well, nothing else you can really do defensively. Sabonis sometimes just makes difficult shots, especially inside.
Got that one up quick. And that's 18 points for Rain Man.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Mitchell passes to Sabonis. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Getting inside, Sabonis finishes strong. You can see how comfortable he is shooting at that range.
The shot by Valentine, no good. Outside, Green. Shoots over Bridges, and there are the Kings with another bucket.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks. The Knicks leading by 7. And now a developing story in the NBA. Let's now go live to Shams Charania, who is checking in with the details. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks, guys. And it's the Toronto Raptors in transaction news today. They've made an aggressive move to bring in Mitchell Robinson. He can protect the rim and he can get out on shooters. He just has so much energy on that side of the floor. He changes what you can do defensively, and that by itself can make all the difference.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. We've got Bridges. Williams is out there with Valentine. And it's Kolek in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey guys, Rain Man in their last game against Portland was tremendous. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and as we've come to expect, he contributed from the three-point line as well. He was really special on that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Great stuff, Allie. We thank you. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Carter finds Green. Here's Carl, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that have been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also
as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates. Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Clifford. And it's off from three-point range.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Valentine shot good.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Takes a 3. Buries it from three-point range. Valentine's got 33 points.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Carter outside. Sabonis' screen on Williams. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 6 points.
And what you just love about Green, a guard who works with or without the ball, can break you down in so many ways.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a ride.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. The 8-footer. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
You know, some teams just have your number. And that was the case between these two last season.
They get it again.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And so it's New York in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
While it's been a stampede in transition, they'll run it right down your throat if you let them.
I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while.
And guys, let's take a moment to recognize the... And that'll do it for halftime.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Rain Man.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Here's Valentine. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Here's who Doug Christie is starting in the second half. Santi Aldama is out there with Sabonis. Then there's Jalen Green. Then there's Carter. It's Clifford at the 3. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Kevin. Domantas Sabonis is driven. He said, quote, "There's no calm time with me. There's a lot to work on to help my teammates and win games. That desperation to stay here in the NBA because I love it and try to get better, I'm always thinking about it, and I don't think that's going to change." Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And the 7-footer, Santi Aldama. You know, Stan, he looks like a guard out there at times.
Oh, the way this guy has improved since he's come into the league is phenomenal. You know, this is a guy who's gotten better as a shooter, more consistent, more efficient. But then he's added, like you said, his ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, and his ability to pass off the dribble. This is a very skilled big man.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Down low, here's Aldama. Banked in off the glass.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The three from Valentine. And again, New York with the triple.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And loving the aggression from Sabonis. Going right up for the dunk there. Nice.
The three from Valentine. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Sabonis sets the pick for Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And another one falls. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Knicks lead 61.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Aldama gets the bucket.
Wow, you don't see that kind of quickness from Aldama all that often.
And here's Valentine for three. Kept alive. And Towns throws it down.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
PGA such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Carter finds Sabonis. And finished off by Sabonis.
Well, when Sabonis gets going, he does not hold back. And that discourages defensive interference.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Pass to Green. 1:39 left here in the third quarter. To the inside. And Sabonis the bucket on the assist from Green. Green's got 4 assists in the game. And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Carl, he's checked in for Sacramento. Mitchell comes in for Green. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And the three ball is good.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
For three, Mitchell traps in the tray. Mitchell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
From deep, Carter pulls it in. Kings have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. Sabonis, the three, and again Sacramento with the three.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Valentine for three. Sinks the triple. Valentine's got 57 points.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Back to Mitchell. Pass to Clifford. Out to Carter. Here's Clifford. 6 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range. And so it's the New York Knicks riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Aaron Wiggins is out there with Valentine.
Oh, here he comes! My goodness! Whew.
And one of Green's best assets, his leaping ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Here's Valentine. Fires from way outside. It's hauled in by Carl. Pass to Green. And teams take more threes now than ever before. More than double the average attempts we saw in the 90s.
Well, I think what's happened, Kevin, is we just have more guys who can shoot the ball. So in the 90s, you might have had two guys who shot the ball well from three and made it a good shot. Now, on a lot of teams, virtually everyone on the roster can shoot the three. If we have more guys on the floor who can space out and shoot the three, we're going to have a lot more attempts and a lot more efficiency on those attempts.
The three from Valentine. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Pass to Carl. Fades and shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Well, he probably didn't need the fadeaway. There's an example of style points.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. So both teams making some changes here. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You look at Green. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Now, Valentine. The long-distance three is buried. Valentine's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for New York. Carter looking around. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Knicks leading by 22. Fires from deep. Good! Another from three.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible.
Knicks lead 78-53.
1:57 left in the fourth. And here's Green outside.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Pass to Aldama. Sacramento moving it around. To halt the run, and Green with the lay-in. Green's got 7 now in this quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rain Man.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And it's Carter missing. New York with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. A shot by Valentine, no good.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Green with the ball. Pulls it up. And it falls over the rim and in.
And scoring the ball has always seemed easy for Green. It's starting to show here in this game.
And here's Valentine for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
and you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And we'll see you next time